was a kid, we didn't have cable. And while it's not a big deal now, and pretty much no one has cable, pre everyone having Wi-Fi, pre everyone having cell phones, that meant there wasn't a whole lot to do. There was only 4 channels on the TV, which means I was basically either watching the news or PBS. But the problem is in the morning, PBS doesn't really have anything on it. It's infomercials, basically. So I never knew what to watch in the morning, so when I woke up, and I was always an early riser even when I was really young, I would watch the news. And I'd watch the news so much that I would go and tell my parents how excited I was about the weather and the traffic report. And I did this for years because, well, I didn't really know what to do with myself in the morning. I really didn't like reading, I didn't like doing anything. It was too dark to go outside and play, so it was watching the news. Now, how that pertains to today is I don't watch the news anymore, and I think my wife still loves to watch the news, and I think there's just something nostalgic about it for her, but for me, I wasn't a huge fan of my childhood. Not that I had a bad childhood, I had a great childhood. I remember childhood being very boring, so when I think of the news, it just brings back like memories I don't really care for, which is fine, you know, watch the news, don't watch the news, but I never know the weather anymore. I don't like having the weather app on my phone, I don't like looking on the Alexa, so I just never know. So when I get dressed in the morning, there's always the risk that I am going to wear something that'll get way too hot in or way too cold in. And as you can see today, I went with a short sleeve, which is a risky option, I know. But I thought, well, it's been nice the last couple days, so it'll probably be nice today. And, I mean, it looks like it might rain, but I think this was the right option. So I'm not one to complain. Well, okay, the truth is I'm always complaining. That's kind of the whole point of the vlog, is just me complaining for 10 to 15 minutes, however long this vlog ends up being. And completely off topic, but it completely baffles me that these grocery hauls, as I was talking about yesterday and Emily was watching yesterday, have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views of just people going to the grocery store and buying stuff and telling people what they bought. And I know this vlog isn't very good, and I'm not saying it's better than any of those, so I don't understand YouTube. I don't understand what the difference between what I do and what they do. Like, I just don't understand how people make it on YouTube and how, like, I don't understand the distinction, and that, it bothers me. Now look, this is not me begging for more subscribers or viewers. I don't really care about that stuff. I mean, it'd be nice if, you know, it would definitely feel like I'm doing something right, or, you know, that all of this time and effort that's been into it isn't just a complete waste of time, but it's okay if it is too. I don't really care about that. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know, I just don't get it, and I'd like to get it. I would like someone to explain to me what they're doing that I'm not. Not that I necessarily want to do it, I just want to understand how it works. It just doesn't make sense how it works. I don't understand how YouTube works, which isn't great for someone who vlogs daily and is like a YouTuber. I mean, not a real YouTuber, I don't get paid or anything. It's just, yeah, I'd like to figure that out. So entirely other news, but equally as baffling, is for one of my classes, and if I'm not honest on here, hopefully no one from Butler watches this, especially because I'm working for them right now, but one of my classes I don't like at all. I'm not going to name the professor. She's a very nice professor, very good person. I'm not going to name the class in particular, but I have this class that I don't really like at all. And part of the problem is that it meets only once a week, and it's 2.5 hours, and it's at night, so that certainly doesn't help. The other problem is the class is just significantly more work than other classes. You know, I would say on average, maybe I spend, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours a week on schoolwork and then, you know, whatever class time. But this class is easily 8 to 10. It's double any other class. We're constantly, I mean, we're reading like a book a week, which is already a lot of work. But on top of reading a book a week, we also have to write an essay every single week. And maybe I've complained about this before. It's just, it has never stopped bothering me. It always just kind of at my back of my mind, like, it just pisses me off. And it has nothing to do with the professor or the class or the curriculum or Butler. It's just, it's frustrating because sometimes people in power, whether they be professors or authority figures, whatever, have this idea that what's most important is what they give you and nothing else, right? That's the only thing that matters, nothing else. And it's just, that's a really naive way to think as an educator. Again, I love the Setchika. I think they're very good at what they do. I think if she has any fault, it's that she has too high expectations. I think she thinks we are better than we are. And I do all of the work, it's just, it's so much. And sometimes I wish I just wouldn't, but I do. And I'll continue to, so I guess there's really no point in complaining because I'm not going to change anything. I just want you all to know that while I'm doing the work, I'm mentally protesting it. So every day after work, Emily calls me on her way home. It's nice that she calls me. It gives me a moment to kind of break from the day that is whatever the day is. But sometimes when she calls, it's of a concern that doesn't necessarily make my day better. And today she's complaining about her tire, which we filled up with air, and even though it was filled with air a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, it's already starting to look flat, which means there's probably some sort of hole in it. And I don't know what to do. And I know Emily just wants to know what to do, but I think it's strange that she asked me, because I have no idea. But she probably expects me to ask someone else, but I know that I'm going to have to end up taking care of her car, which is fine. I get we have different responsibilities and whatever. I really don't want to do it, but I know it has to be done because, I don't want Emily to die or anything. So that's going to be my day tomorrow. Oh boy.